Guys, RIB contribution series number 3, final one today. So, as you know, you'll watch the other two. If you haven't, please go back and watch them. So, what we've been through is that we've looked at and defined what makes a contributor or contribution. We've defined the reason why. Right now, I believe that contribution, networks, and collaborations are the most important things that we can focus on our planet as a species right now. You would have already seen, right, how I believe that unity, us coming together, is wisdom. And disunity, anything that separates us from somebody else, whether that's making us feel better than somebody else, whether that's, creating a situation where we look down or, we disempower another person, race, background, or ideology, right? So if you'd gone through the series, you would see that. And you would obviously see why I believe that's incredibly powerful. I grew up in 2 children's homes from 6 months to the age of 18. 18 years, in other words, in London, right? I am happy for the experience. Some of those things have taken me a while to process, and I'm still processing some of them, I'm sure. But you see, this is why I'm happy about it, because, in our backyard on some Sundays, a lot of Sundays, we'd have a get-together of people in our community. Black, white, all the colors of the rainbow, different ideologies, different ways of seeing the world, right? And it was like Switzerland. At the door, we would check our ego. We would check the way we saw the world. We would check the way that we look at people, and we would come in with a sense of humanity somehow. The sense of, we're going to have a laugh. We're watching these guys play football. We're all going to connect around things that we love, things that make us human, right? Yeah, we have unique differences for sure, but we're going to connect around the things that make us human, the things that we see in one another, the things that we love about one another, right? We're going to connect like that. And what this did is it set up a chain reaction in me. And this chain reaction, what it did was 20 years of running nightclubs, right? Or co-running nightclubs. One of them voted number 3 in the world, called Tank in Sydney, with Antonio Zambarelli, the mastermind. Paul Nicola-Rakis, the gadget technical mastermind. And then me, who are the people, right? The people. How to inspire, how to interact, how to bring people together, create tribal networks and platforms and that stuff. That's me, that's my superpower. And, even now, I still look to emulate those Sunday afternoons in our back garden in London with all those different people coming together, around things that make us human, coming together and having a laugh, having fun, forgetting the color of our skin, the money in our pocket, the type of haircut that we had, the way we spoke, right? And all of that around things that we just love to do and get along and share humanity, right? Share unity, unity in capitals, right? And, in wrapping up this series, what I love about it is that, every decision comes down to the individual. So we can choose to be part of community, or we can choose to be separate, right? We can choose to be empowered, or we can choose to be disempowered. We can choose to be, someone who looks out for and cares for a fellow man or woman, or we can choose to be someone who doesn't. We can choose to be controlled and manipulated by believing in separation and not unity, or we can choose to be empowered, believing in unity and coming together around things, that we love, things that we can all relate to. We can choose to empower one another through education, knowledge, or we can choose to remain ignorant, right? All of these are personal choices, and the personal choices that we make affect the whole. The personal choices that we make affect the whole. So we've got a great choice to make, right? Pro-life, pro-humanity, or not. So wrapping up this whole thing, I'd love you, to think about what's been discussed in this, to think about wherever it is you sit. There's no right and wrong actually, but it's good to look at this, because before something can be changed, it needs to be raised. It needs to be discussed, it needs to be talked about, it needs to be shown to the light, so we can have a discussion and a conversation about it. And it's not about putting anyone down for their opinion or for the way they see the world. No, it's about embracing that's part of free speech. That's part of who they are. And right now, that's where they are. And through empathy, the understanding of, through the age of 0 to 7, we're like a human sponge. And whoever is around us, we take that on board as though it's our own, and this becomes who we become. So when someone has an opposing viewpoint to you, it's not that they're right or they're wrong, it's the fact that they had a different upbringing, right? And if we can delicately probe and ask questions about, hey, how are you brought up? And just let these understandings come to the surface, right? It may be that this person begins then to see a different side of life. Maybe we'll see a different thing and not be so stuck in their view, right? This is all part of unity, by the way. And this is the beautiful thing about the power is us. The power comes back to us. So you have the choice to embrace this or not. I hope you do. My prayer is that you do, but it's up to you. All right? Lots of love to all of you. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.